It used to be said that there were only two certainties in life, and those were death and taxes. Well, now there's definitely a new third, because as we hurtle towards 2030, we're going to continue to see change happening around us at a really incredible rate, to the point where we, the humans alive on the planet today, are about to see more change in the next few years up to the turn of the decade than any other generation has ever seen before in their lifetimes. I present at conferences and events on this subject, the subject of business change. And what I do is lead audiences through their own journey to show them an exciting future, from the general fast pace of everyday life through to the rapid development of technologies like AI, the Internet of Things, and even quantum computing. And it's safe to say as a result that, as they did in the classics, we ain't seen nothing yet. People expect that once change is announced, the result of it should automatically be a higher level of the current status quo, and that they would then see the rewards easily and quickly. But you know what? It doesn't happen that way. Change never happens in a straightforward line. Think Kubler-Ross and the original grief curve, and you'll find an understanding as to why. Change generally means grief because of our typical human psychological response to it. We prefer the stability of routine, the expected, the tried and tested, to avoid stimulating the adrenaline rush that comes from the fight or flight stage. We just don't like change at all. We don't welcome it, and when it happens, it becomes incredibly destabilizing and quite frightening to us as humans. We go through an entire change curve process emotionally, from surprise when a change is announced, through denial, then anger, and even fear. These are all our typical human responses to the concept of change. It's our way of handling what we perceive as something that's negative, and it slows down our ability to adapt to change massively. It doesn't allow for a simple, straightforward, linear progress at all. And it's only when we've been through all this negative thought processing, dropping through this change curve, that we can then begin to start to understand the change and move forward a little, seeing a bit of hope, some progress, and then the actual delivery of change itself. This curve is something we go through all the time, and we go through it constantly, swinging emotionally backwards and forwards as well, with people choosing to accept or leave the process at any point, even when the negative thinking ends, as change begins to overwhelm them. The difference between riding the curve versus taking a straight line is a vast amount of wasted time. What we need to do is flatten the curve. And you see, our natural responses to change being negative are ingrained in us. We can't alter any of that. Leading change, however, means getting your people and yourself through the understanding of these curved steps a lot quicker. In our world, multiple change is happening now, and it's easy to understand the discomfort and the uncertainty of things that are going on around us. But whatever changes you and your people are facing in business, I can help them get through it at your next conference, where I'll help them remove their discomfort and their resistance to change overall. If you'd like to know more, I'm keen to chat with you about how we can take your conference to the next level. For me, at conferences, it's always about delivering more than you expect and exceeding the usual standards. Please contact me through my website, or indeed drop me an email. Let's connect, and I look forward to having a conversation with you about how we can drive change through your organization.